because this one's obviously significantly more expensive. Honestly, I don't love it. I kind of like the marshmallowness of this a little bit more. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new here, my name is Janie. I usually talk about Squishmallows, Build-A-Bear, Sanrio, Loungefly, basically anything that I think is cute. So today we're going to talk about perfumes. I'm a sucker for perfumes. I like beautiful bottles. I like the aesthetics. I love sweet smells. So I thought I would talk about some affordable perfume options, especially since the holiday season is literally right around the corner, and so is Black Friday. So let's get started. So I can't talk about affordable perfumes without talking about Dossier. So this brand has a lot of wonderful scents at an affordable price. It is inspired scents. They have unisex scents. They have candles now. They're having a lot of sales, but these are basically luxury fragrances without the markup. So you're paying a relatively affordable price, all things considered, especially with these sales going on. So they have sales throughout the next 2 weeks for Black Friday, for the holidays. So it's the perfect time to pick something up. So I'm going to talk about these two in a second, but my all-time favorite is this one right here. I ran out of it a couple months ago, but if given the option, that's the one that I would have again because it's the best one so far that I've tried. Here's a look at Aquatic Vanilla. This is inspired by Juliet Has a Gun's vanilla vibes. So this is like a fresh marine scent, but it also has notes of vanilla and musk and sandalwood. So I'm a huge lover of vanilla, but usually I lean more towards the gourmand side of things. So desserts, vanilla cupcake, vanilla cake, vanilla extract. Whereas this, because it has that musk and that sandalwood, it kind of makes it a little bit better for people who aren't super into smelling like a dessert. This is more of an everyday perfume. It has a freshness that is nice because the vanilla doesn't smell too bakery, but it also doesn't smell too much like a tropical sunscreen or like anything with super overwhelming coconut vibes. This is very mellow. This is very sweet, but not sickeningly sweet, which is what I usually like, but I'm trying to kind of open up into different options and different scents. So this is my favorite out of the ones that I'm going to show you today. By the way, these were sent to me for free, but I'm not getting sponsored nor like paid for this review. These are just perfumes that I generally like, especially like I said, this one right here is the best one. We talked about Aquatic Vanilla. Now let's talk about Floral Marshmallow. So you can see right there, it has kind of an ambery color. I had my husband smell this because he just has way better sense of smell than I do. I wanted his opinion on it. This one is more of a creamsicle or a cream soda. Like it has that sweetness again without being super overwhelming because it has like that marshmallow and middle notes of orange blossom, and I think that's what helps it kind of be sweet but not too much because the base notes are amber, vanilla, and musk, so it kind of makes it a little bit more grounded. So a creamsicle, like a popsicle, like orange honeysuckle, I think that's what it smells like. Sweet, floral, but not too much. My husband pointed out that it smells a lot like Daisy's Ever So Fresh. The color is also similar. I do agree this would be a great dupe for this. Not exact, but definitely inspired because this one's obviously significantly more expensive. I got this for my birthday, and honestly, I don't love it. I kind of like the marshmallowness of this a little bit more. So they have that similar cream soda, but this one just has more of a fun sweetness. Like that marshmallow and bergamot kind of gives it a more unique twist compared to this one, at least in my opinion. So I'll have Dossier's website down below, and now I'm going to show you some of my other affordable picks from other brands. Alright, we're going to talk about Pink Sugar. This one that I have right now is Red Velvet. I much prefer the original Pink Sugar. That is sickeningly sweet for sure. That is something that you should only try out if you know you like super sweet cotton candy scents. To me, that smells like burnt cotton candy or like burnt sugar, like cotton candy as it's being made in the machine. I 100% love it. I think it's so sweet, so good, so affordable too, because you can pick it up like on fragrance.com, but you can also get it at like Marshall's, at TJ Maxx. They will often have them in sets, usually with like a body lotion or a body gel. That's how I generally try to buy it because I like to layer it, and when I layer it, that smell lasts even longer. So burnt sugar, it's amazing. I love it. I cannot get enough of it. I recently picked up the Red Velvet flanker for it at Macy's, like the backstage Macy's, like the clearanced out part, and I don't love it as much as I wanted it to. I guess because I wasn't really thinking of the fact that of how Red Velvet smells. So I will say it's pretty accurate to the name. It starts off smelling exactly like Pink Sugar, but then after you give it a couple seconds, you smell that red velvet kind of like rising in the oven, and it smells good, but I'm just not the biggest fan of red velvet. You would think, why did you buy this? I don't know, I wasn't thinking, but honestly I still like it. I still use it. I mean, I've used a pretty decent chunk out of it, but if you love red velvet, then this is for you, because it's not super strong. Like, the sugariness is, but that red velvet portion of the scent, if that makes sense, is not like overwhelming or anything, at least not to me. My favorite cotton candy perfume, I have to mention it, it's Britney Spears Fantasy. I talk about it all the time. I absolutely love how that smells, because to me it's not just cotton candy. It's cotton candy, but it's also just like cherries and fruitiness, and it's very well-rounded to me, and I think it smells amazing. Unfortunately, when I put it on myself, I don't smell it, so I can't really enjoy it. But when I'm out and about and someone's wearing it, I know. I can pinpoint that scent so clearly, and it does happen often where someone will be spraying it and I'm like, that's Fantasy. I also have Midnight Fantasy, which I really love, and these perfumes are really affordable. They're like $20 to $30. I think that's an absolute steal compared to what you're getting at Macy's. Like, listen, I love Marc Jacobs just as much as anyone else does. Like, I love the Daisy line, but sometimes I feel like the scents are just so simple that that's why I gravitate towards the Gourmand, because I know they're going to be strong, and I know that scent is just going to last, and I just love smelling personally like a snack. So Britney Spears Fantasy is my favorite. Midnight Fantasy was what I used for my marriage. Like, when I was getting married, I picked a wedding perfume so that I could have a reminder of that day every time I wear it for anniversaries. And my 1 year is coming up in January. It is right around the corner. So Midnight Fantasy is more plummy, more berry, a little bit more sensual, a little, like, for me, deeper, and more so like for the winter time. I had a winter wedding, so that's why I picked it. I don't feel like it's juvenile. I feel like Fantasy is a little juvenile, if you would call it that. I don't really like calling that. I don't want to say like it's more youthful, whereas Midnight Fantasy is a little more serious, a little bit more a little more mature, but I don't like that word either. I don't know, everything has a connotation to it, but I think that Britney Spears Midnight Fantasy is also a great option, because it just is plummy. It's good without being able to pinpoint exactly what kind of food you are, or what kind of fruit, whatever. Like, I like Gourmand perfumes, so I like them all. They're really good. And last but not least, I really love this line from Target. I have their sampler, which was like $14.99, and my favorite scent from this brand is Vanilla Bourbon, because it just smells so good. Again, a sweetness, a treat, like vanilla extract, but then that bourbon and that musk kind of helps settle it down a little bit, so it's not super sickeningly sweet. I also like their almond one. They have like a coconut one. It's really nice way of trying things out, and they do have full-size versions. It's just my Target never keeps them in stock. Like, I usually only find them online, unfortunately, because I would like to buy a bigger bottle, but I try not to order online because I'm not always here for when the packages get delivered, and my post office is kind of a journey. But that is a nice brand from Target where you can get really affordable perfumes that do last, in my opinion, quite a long time. Maybe not as long as the ones that I mentioned here, but still nice enough for that price, especially if it's something you're going to carry with you throughout the day just for some refreshes. I think it's a really great option, and I'm definitely going to try to buy Vanilla Bourbon in the full size, as well as the roller, or like the little travel spray. Alrighty, so if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And my next video is going to be a stuffed animal video, just in case you missed it. I know it's weird when I sometimes jump around in topics, but I hate sticking to a niche. I think I love a lot of different things, and perfumes is one of them. So until next time, bye.